everybody, I'm gonna do a little quick makeup look, and so this is gonna be a really fast makeup tutorial. I will do a voiceover, and yeah. If you're brand new, please subscribe to my channel, hit that like button and the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And yeah, let's get started. Alright, so the first step is I'm taking the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and I am going to use a Real Techniques Beauty Blender and put that all around to make sure my skin is moisturized before I go in with the primer. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and I am going to take the same sponge and I am going to put that all over my face so my face is nice and primed. I have a little pimple there, that's okay. I usually do more in my T-zone just because I need more coverage there because my makeup tends to come off during the day the most there. So make sure you get it nice and all over your face. So for foundation, I am using the Jouer Cosmetics foundation. It does say shake before use. And I did not wet my beauty blender. That's why I'm taking my Morphe setting spray and I am spraying the beauty blender so it is a little bit moisturized. And I'm going in with the pump and I'm just going to blend that all out. This foundation is very full coverage. It does look a little bit orangey for my skin, but that is okay because I like to blend it out and it will look good when it's all done. And this is also in the shade Birch, B-I-R-C-H. I believe they have a lot of shades, so I may pick up another shade, but honestly, I've been loving this foundation. A lot of people say they didn't like this foundation, but honestly, it's whatever works for your skin. There's no right or wrong. Alright, so next I'm going in with my lovely Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium. I use this concealer all the time. I haven't found another one that I really love. But yeah, I don't crease in this one, so I recommend this concealer. So I'm going down the bridge of my nose. Wherever I want to highlight my face is where I put it. Alright, I am going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade 2. I live by this powder. You can get it at Sephora. I will link everything down below. I am going to take my Morphe sponge. I'm going to take that flat side, get some product on there. I'm going right under my eye to set that right away because we don't want any creasing under our eyes. I'm also going around my face. I'm going heavy near my nose because that's where my makeup comes off. Alright, for brows, I'm going in with the Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Chocolate, and I am going in with the 7B brush. So I am starting to wipe some of the product on the back of my hand. You do not want to go in with a lot. You can watch another video to see how I do my brows. I am just doing them really quick here. I don't know if you can pick up any tips, but I am just not starting from the front. I start a little bit over, as you can see. I really didn't care how my brows looked today because I was in a rush. So this is how I do them when I'm in a rush. And then I'm taking the spoolie and I'm combing the product through to disperse it evenly. And yeah, brows aren't my favorite part of my makeup routine. As you can see, I am pulling up my brow with my finger to get a nice fine line. And you can always clean it up with concealer as well. And always look from a distance to make sure your brows are even. Alright, I am going in with the brow clear brow gel from MAC, and I love this clear gel because it does hold my brows all day. I never really used eyebrow gel before, but once I started, I cannot stop. And it does let the product stay on my brows, so I really recommend you use a brow gel. Alright, I'm going to prime my lids with the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre. I'm just using a beauty blender. And I think this is the best method. You can also use a brush. So this will hold your eyeshadow all day. If you don't use your primer, your eyeshadow will fall. Alright, I am going in with the Sweet Talk Colourpop palette. I am taking this yellow shade as my transition shade on the jumbo crease brush. I am just working that into my upper crease. As you can see, I'm holding the brush all the way at the bottom for a nice finish. So you just want to keep blending, windshield wiper motions, circle motions until you are happy with the way it looks. It does take a minute or two. Blending is key to any eyeshadow look. Next, I'm going in with the pink coral shade, and I am going to put that right over the first shade. I did not have a particular look in mind, so just keep on blending until everything looks smooth, and that's how you will get your best eyeshadow look. Also, just make sure you go in with a light hand. That way, everything is blended smoothly. Next, I'm going in with a clean brush to go over those lines so we don't have any harsh lines. Alright, I am going to use the P. Louise base in the shade 2, I believe. And I'm taking a flat brush and we are going to carve out my crease. As you can see, I'm just going in little motions, like tapping motions instead of just drawing the whole line. I find it way easier to apply it like that. I'm not the best at cutting my creases, but I did try. And I feel like if you go slow and steady, you will get the best results. And yeah, just take your time, use a little flat brush. You can use any brush that gets in your crease. Now I'm taking my powder and I am just going to set that base. That way our eyeshadow will blend out smoothly. Next, I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape and I'm going to put it on the outer corner of my eyes. So when I do put the shadow there, I will get a clean line. So just take a piece of tape. If you're a beginner, I still use tape. Next, I'm going to take this shimmery shade in the Sweet Talk palette. So when I first put it on, it wasn't as pigmented as I thought it would be. So I just kept applying it to see what would happen, and I didn't really see anything. So I'm taking my Morphe setting spray, and that seemed to work a little bit better. If you wet your brush with Fix Plus, Morphe setting spray, any setting spray, it will work 10 times better. You can even just use your finger and tap it on. All right, I'm going to take my Jeffree Star brush and I'm just going to add some of that shade. Then I'm going to take another brush in this dark brown shade and I am going to use this in my outer corner to get some definition. And I am just doing tapping motions to get that pigment in there. Next, I'm going to take the Tarte Chrome paint, and I wanted more pigment on my eyelid, so I used the same flat brush, and this seemed to make my eye look better for some reason because I just didn't see the shine with that shimmery color. Now I'm going to take a little brush and I'm going to blend those edges together. That way my eyeshadow look blends in. I'm going to take my jumbo crease brush with that yellow shade and I'm going to put it back on the top because it kind of got lost in there, and make sure everything is blended out to perfection. I am now going to peel off the tape and I'm holding my eye. As you will see, there is some fallout, so just clean that up with a makeup wipe as I am doing here. Next, I am taking this brown shade on a small little black brush. I'm putting this on my waterline to give my under eye some definition. And then I am also going in with this pinky red shade as well. And I'm just going to keep blending all of it out until it is very smooth and I have the look that I want. Next, on a flat brush, I'm taking the darkest shade and I'm going to actually put this on my tight line so you can see the dimension of colors. For bronzer, I am going in with the Glamour Bronzer Mega Star by Morphe. This is a very warm shade, and as you can see, it is very pigmented. so I ended up going in with a little bit too much. So what I did was I took my beauty blender and you just keep buffing it out until it smooths out so it doesn't look like you have so much on, and it works like a charm. Next, I'm going in with my Sephora blush and just putting a little bit on. Now I'm going in with my MAC lip liner in the shade Whirl. It's like a pinky mauve shade. I used it a lot. As you can see, it's like one of my favorite lip liners. Next, I'm going in with Smashbox Liquid Matte Lipstick. I love this shade. I believe it's in the shade Audition. It dries smoothly and pretty. For mascara, I'm going in with the Marc Jacobs. I get the mini one. Sometimes this mascara does get clumpy, but I feel like it has the most pigment and the most payoff. So if you want to try it, I recommend you try it, and you will see the difference in your lashes. If you get mascara, like I just did under my eye, take your spoolie and you can literally rub it off with the spoolie. It's a little trick I learned. And yeah. Alright, I am going to take my Morphe setting spray and I'm going to spray it all over my face so my face is set and my makeup will not move for the rest of the day. Yeah, that was my little voiceover tutorial. Again, this is nothing crazy. This is just me running out and not having time to do everything. So I did use this Sweet Talk palette from Colourpop, and the shades are really pretty in there, so I do recommend it. I plan to do a more colorful look with that, so stay tuned for that. What else did I use that in my Ulta haul? I did use the Morphe bronzer. It is a very warm bronzer, so I do like it. It's just the right amount of warm. It's not too warm. If you ever put too much bronzer on, take a beauty blender and go like this, and you will be great. I didn't even clean up my brows with concealer, like I said. For the lippy, I used the Smashbox one. This is in the shade, it says Always On Rouge Audition. I'm not even sure if that's the shade. I used the MAC lip liner in the shade Whirl. Yeah, I also used the Tarte Chrome paint. I put a little bit over the the shimmer color in the Colourpop shadow. When this video is up, I will have another video coming to you guys soon. So thank you so much. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.